Singapore's digital magazine JOM has challenged the ruling People's Action Party's position on the Gaza crisis, drawing attention to internal dissent and prompting a rebuttal from Petir, the party's official publication. In its Singapore This Week digest on 30th May 2025, JOM criticized Singapore's response as a tepid rehash of official positions, contrasting it with global condemnation from leaders in Canada, France, and the UK. It described the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' 20th May statement as lacking urgency and moral clarity, quipping that it could have been written by ChatGPT. JOM argued this silence ignored growing international outrage and local sentiment over the rising Palestinian death toll. Former President Halimah Yacob broke ranks to condemn the humanitarian catastrophe, warning that silence could render one complicit. JOM hailed her remarks as a necessary act of moral leadership. However, her comments drew backlash. Pro-PAP influencer Michael Petrius criticized her, and former PAP MP Irene Berry suggested previous presidents avoided foreign conflicts. In contrast, Faisal Ibrahim, acting minister in charge of Muslim affairs, rebuked Petrius for minimizing Palestinian suffering and cautioned against narratives that could divide Singapore's multicultural society. JOM described the backlash as a reflection of the PAP's discomfort with internal dissent. It accused the party of leveraging Halimah's race for political legitimacy during the 2017 reserved presidential election, but now seeking to silence her moral voice. "Do exactly as you're told, Madam Halimah," seems to be the message, the digest wrote, pointing to a culture of conformity. The publication also criticized the Daily Ketchup podcast for hosting former diplomat Bilahari Kausikan, whom it accused of offering a pro-Israel perspective while omitting key historical context like the 1917 Balfour Declaration. According to JOM, this omission framed the conflict through a Zionist lens and ignored the broader moral conversation that resonates with younger Singaporeans. The digest asserted that many citizens want foreign policy that reflects moral consistency, not just realpolitik. On 5th June, Petir responded by accusing JOM's editor-in-chief, Sudhir Thomas of making groundless accusations against MDM Halimah, the Singapore government and the PAP. It claimed Sudhir was trying to sow discord between Halimah and the government. Petir defended the PAP's stance as measured and consistent, citing statements from Prime Minister Lawrence Wong and Faisal on 30th May, and criticized JOM for selectively quoting past PAP figures while ignoring current leadership. Sudhir responded publicly, including on Petir's Facebook page. In a pointed comment, he generously thanked Petir for amplifying JOM's work and invited readers to engage with the digest to form their own views. "The PAP deserves better," he remarked, sharing the latest digest published on 6 June 2025 and urging Singaporeans to educate themselves. In this newer piece, titled Politics, Turning Up the Heat on Israel or Diplomatic Shadow Play, JOM continued its scrutiny of Singapore's foreign policy. Separately, on his personal Facebook page, Sudhir accused Petir of misrepresenting JOM's work. "I trust, dear reader, that you can read the above blurb and last week's STW and make up your own mind," he wrote. In its 6th June digest, JOM acknowledged PM Wong's remarks on Israel's aid restrictions as completely unacceptable, and Faisal Ibrahim's agreement with Ahad Olmerd's description of Israeli actions as war crimes. However, it questioned citing Olmert over bodies like the ICC, suggesting the statements were performative. Citing a 2023 academic text, JOM argued Singapore's support for UN resolutions masks deep military ties with Israel. It pointed to Israeli firms at the 2024 airshow as proof and urged Singaporeans to push for transparency, saying post-7th October public sentiment has shifted, catching the leadership off guard.